What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the channel. Like and subscribe. What's this?
Hey, it's been a while.
Has it?
For those of you who don't know why I've been gone.
Why have you been gone?
Yep. I fucked up.
Oh,
okay,
no.
That's an understatement. I really fucked up. While I'm not famous by any stretch of the imagination, last year was the first time I could support myself as a content creator, largely thanks to my friends and peers who believed in me enough to promote me on their platforms. But I was weak. I let my physical and mental health fall to the wayside as my work became increasingly mixed with my personal life. Eventually, I failed to balance it all and ended up making some inexcusably...
I'm not too sure, but at the same time, I just need to check. It's the file, it's the fucking guy. It's the guy. He was like massive, wasn't he? I'm literally how I recognise him like fucking. He was like fucking massive on the platform. I'm pretty sure. I don't actually know how massive, but I'm pretty sure I was, wasn't it? Can I get confirmation? Yes or no? Yes, smile. No smile. A huge loser, honestly. Oh.
Terrible choices that cost me my career, my community, and many of the people closest to me. In short, I got cancelled, and I'm sure
he cheated on Lily Pichu and lied to people. Sounds like a typical man thing.
I'm sure many of you want the details, the play-by-play. The internet is always hungry for drama, but if you're here for the tea, you're in the wrong place. What transpired was an intensely...
But he was like famous as in like, you know, on like Twitch, right? He had like loads of viewers. Because I feel like it was like in the thousands. Am I right or am I wrong? Like it was like 8K or something stupid.
Matter that has taken substantial time for all parties to heal, and it's not my place to reopen old wounds to satisfy your curiosity. The intent of this video is actually quite selfish. It's a video for myself, a perpetual reminder of the hurt I've caused, but that mistakes aren't what ultimately define you. It's what you do after you make them.
True.
In the last year, I've been off social media, living alone. Not as a streamer, not as a YouTuber, just me, Albert. At first, all I felt was intense remorse and pain. It's easy to let people define who you are, especially when thousands of them are telling you you're a sociopathic scum of the earth piece of shit whose very existence is a waste of space. And these feelings of self-loathing and humiliation seeped into all my social interactions. I was too ashamed to reach out to my friends and family, afraid that they might reject me or worse, receive flack for showing me compassion. So I socially distanced myself, long before it was necessary, and tried to escape reality through whatever means possible. I started sleeping 8 hours a day. I ate like there was no tomorrow. I binge-watched TV shows and no-liked video games. But no matter what I tried, I felt no happiness. It was then I understood, without my career, and people I cared about in my life, I didn't know how to be happy alone. How did I become like this? When I was 7, my first generation Asian parents had an unbelievably...
What is this, Chris? It's where he's been in a while.
...original idea. Albert should try the violin. They baited me in by turning practicing into a game. For every half hour I'd practice, they'd give me a sticker. And being the gamer that I was, you can bet I farmed those damn stickers.
Yes.
But to my horror, I began genuinely liking the violin. Even after my parents weaned me off the stickers, I continued to practice.
You get
Mom
a
and Dad
sticker.
couldn't be happier. Asian parents love flexing their kids' talents like holographic Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and lucky for them, I needed no convincing to perform. I would bust out my violin and play for anyone who'd listen. And yeah, I was bad. Really bad. But I didn't care. Seeing people smile and applaud made me happy. Made me want to play more. The same passion I had for the violin trickled into my other hobbies, such as Lego building, magic, and
It's not me
filmmaking.
though.
I just love learning new things and sharing that love with other people. Sadly, these feelings changed when I turned my hobbies into my job.
It's a
They
dumbass
say
thing
if you
everyone
do what
loves.
you
It's
love,
not me though.
you'll never work a day in your life. Fuck that noise. When you do what you love, your life becomes your work. You can never clock out. You're constantly thinking and working to deliver the
That's a
best
cool
experience to your
keyboard.
audience. For me, I was always looking for ways to optimize my videos, my music, my social reach, my skills. My happiness was not a priority. So I hate to admit it, but at some point, my passions stopped bringing me joy. They were commodities I
Wait, people have emotions? Huh?
packaged and sold in return for self-validation and money. It became more about doing things I thought would be received well, rather than what I wanted to do. And
I'm just a
socializing was the
robot.
only thing that could pull me from my work. Contrary to appearances, I'm actually an extrovert. I'm happiest when I'm spending time with the people I love and doing things to make them happy.
Extrovert.
However, I was people-pleasing to a fault. I could never say no. Hey Albert, can you help me film this video? Hey Albert, can you make dinner tonight? Hey Albert, can you cut your hand off for me?
Wait, what?
I valued the happiness and approval of my peers, friends, and loved ones far above my own, so I'd often squash my needs in order to meet the needs of others. If it made them like me more, well, that was enough for me. It took being canceled for me to realize I didn't make myself happy. I always derived my happiness externally, whether it was from my career or my close relationships, and not always in healthy ways. And having lost both, I had hit rock bottom. I took a good look at myself and asked, do you want to come back? You've hurt people. You've burned bridges. Did you even really enjoy content creation, you ungrateful fuck? Maybe it's time to try a different line of work. And I thought about it. Why I got into it in the first place. Was it because of the fame? The promise of fortune? No, it was something else. I felt a spark rekindle inside me. I remember the kid who loved the violin. The kid who was able to make others happy with his
I'm only here for the attention and the money.
It was clear he enjoyed what he was doing. I remember that all I've ever wanted to do is learn and make cool shit that I like.
Can you imagine?
People that I like. And share that.
Do you know what I feel like? If somebody actually done that, do you reckon you'd actually be successful or
I'm
not?
an artist.
I feel like you wouldn't.
And maybe never will be.
Because you would just
And I'm okay with that.
not get what you want immediately,
So
and
my
you'd just be
answer-
like so annoyed. And you'd probably just never come back, and you just hate your life.
But I knew if I jumped back into content creation right away, then nothing's
I feel like
really
that's what would happen.
changed. So as cliche as it sounds, I've begun working on myself. I started small, finding things to do solely for my own sake and not anyone else's. I learned to make my own coffee. No, not your basic ass Starbucks monstrosities or shitty instant Folgers, but homemade pour-over coffee. It may seem like work having to grind your own beans, weigh them, heat water to a
That is
specific temperature,
so
and pour at a
much
steady rate over a
effort.
designated period of time. But for me, this was empowering. I had lost control of my life, so making coffee was a step in regaining that control. I also started exercising consistently. Reddit armchair experts will tell you to hit the gym if you're depressed, but I shit you not, it works. While I was
it's
still
true.
paranoid about being recognized in public, at the gym, no one gives a fuck who you are.
It wasn't
Everyone's
enjoyable in the
just
first place.
concerned
What was
about
it?
achieving one thing, game, and I needed that. A goal that whether I reach it is entirely up to me. And I found working out gave me
Life.
confidence, which in turn made me
Pepper
feel
ass.
happier. And with this newfound energy, I wanted
So
something to direct it
sad.
towards.
It's okay.
I began
dude.
looking into adopting a dog. So many cute dogs. But right before going to the shelter, my landlord shat on my dreams of becoming a dog owner. No pets. And also, get rid of your shit in the living room. Disappointed but not discouraged, I went with the next best thing. Yeast. I raised my yeast starter from scratch. All it took was flour, water, and 7 straight days of feeding, and Yeast Boy was born. I take him on long walks, give him warm baths, watch TV shows together. He's perfect.
What?
I can eat him. You'd be hard-pressed to find a bond that rivals that of man and yeast working together to create a delicious sourdough bread to fill the gaping void stemming from my lack of friendship and social interactions in my day-to-day life. But I've been working on that too. I started seeing a therapist, which has honestly helped me better understand myself. I've never shared so much and cried so much in front of someone I hardly know. I started making new friends who shared the same hobbies as me. Their passion for their crafts helped reinvigorate my own. I also reconnected with old friends. The ones who are there for you no matter what. The ones I took for granted and I'm forever grateful for having met. And finally, I stopped ghosting my...
So wait. He went off of the internet and then realised he has no friends. The fuck is wrong with these internets? The internet, like, just internet famous people. There's something wrong with them. Like, how do you not realise, like...
family all the time and started checking in more often. They've always given me their support when I fucked up, and this time was no exception. And I know now life's too short not to appreciate and spend time with those who love you. You never know when you might be seeing them for the last time. Recently, my grandmother passed away. I loved my Nai. She was one of my biggest fans, although she didn't really understand what I did for a living. When times were tough, she would always ask me if I was taking care of myself, making me home-cooked meals and sending me money whenever she could. It pained me to know that I worried her because I knew just how much she loved me. So I never told her what happened. We knew she only had a few months left to live, and I didn't want to burden her with that knowledge. She passed away peacefully, believing that I was the successful and virtuous man I simply was not. But you can bet I'm working my ass off to prove her right one day. As of this year, I'm doing my best to lead an honest life, owning everything I've ever done, the good and the bad. With fear and violence running rampant in the world right now, I've become more cognizant of my privileges. I started several creative projects I'm truly passionate about, and I've been learning to live for myself so that I can be a more present, empathetic, and loving human being to those around me. And I know, being canceled doesn't magically make you a better person. In fact, most people believe a canceled person will never change. But change doesn't just happen overnight. It's a lifelong process. And I don't know if the people I've hurt will ever accept my apologies. All I can do is work towards the day when I'll be able to forgive myself.
That is a good view.
So, when you search my name in the future, may the person you find be the person I resolve to become.
Once a cheater, always a cheater. Wait, what?